Sir, I need you to look at this document carefully.
I understand, officer, but I also have this to show you.
It started with a knock on the door early one Saturday morning. My wife answered it, still in her robe, and there stood Gary, the self-proclaimed enforcer of our homeowners association. With a clipboard tucked under one arm and his other hand resting on his belt like he was some kind of small-town sheriff, he delivered his message with all the smug satisfaction he could muster. "You're in violation of HOA landscaping codes," he announced. "Too much water usage. We've had complaints." I stepped out onto the porch to clarify, only to hear him continue, "Your sprinklers run too often. You've been warned before. So, we've decided to shut off your water supply to the exterior system until further notice." My jaw dropped without so much as a hearing or a notice. He shrugged. "The HOA voted last night. It's for the good of the community." And with that, he walked off, proud as a peacock, thinking he'd flex some real authority. What Gary didn't know, however, was that my family had quietly bought the adjacent land behind the subdivision a few years ago, hundreds of acres. In fact, most people thought it was just untouched forest, but deep within it lay an old reservoir, one that still supplied much of the HOA community's water through an outdated municipal agreement. I had recently finished a legal acquisition of that reservoir and its management company. The paperwork had finalized just 2 months prior. I hadn't told anyone yet. I had no reason to until now. So instead of arguing or filing a complaint with the HOA board, which Gary basically controlled anyway, I made a call, not to a lawyer, but to the reservoir operations manager. The next day, Gary woke up to his own sprinklers sputtering out and the clubhouse pool drained bone dry. The HOA office had no internet, no functioning toilets, and Gary's phone blew up with irate neighbors demanding answers. Panic spread faster than the water lines had shut off. Then came the email I personally sent to every HOA member. Short and sweet. Water access has been suspended due to unauthorized interference with reservoir-linked properties. Ownership and control of the reservoir are now under private management. Questions, please contact me directly. The silence from Gary's end was golden. At the next emergency HOA meeting, I walked in, this time holding the clipboard. "From now on," I said calmly, "any decisions involving water will go through me." Gary tried to speak, but the board had already turned on him. Turns out when you mess with someone's home and family, you better make sure they don't own the very thing you think you. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe.